We're getting going here with episode 10 of the Band of the Faceless, a veteran Iron Man playthrough that is now on day 52. We are a Northern Raider origin, and as such are not all that friendly with two of the Northern Kingdoms, House Arnberg and House Grimond, as well as a fair number of the civilian towns in the northern area. We are okay with the southern kingdoms and have run a few contracts, but we've also run into some trouble down in the south that has led us to a bit of disaster. It was mostly that we were got a little too big for our britches and went into the arena. Morning, Helena Barrel. Went into the arena and we lost a few of our guys early each time. One of them to Nebuchadnezzars, or whatever you want to call them. That's what I call them. And secondarily to Webnecks. So we've been on the path to rebuilding and have been decided to head back to the north. Our original start position was over here in Vistad, and we're running through the north to explore what we can. We're also playing with the unexplored map, so what's visible is only what we have discovered so far. And we're mostly hunting caravans to try to get our funds up because we're kind of tight right now. We only have a couple days at each. At the end of the last episode, we got into it with a band of barbarian thralls and have basically collected up a bunch of loot. Our inventory is probably going to become a thing too, since we're not able to sell anything anywhere, so we may have to dump some of the stuff as we go, but we'll see how that goes. Momentary wife invasion. So we're going to push Emmerich the Bull up. We're going to give him more fatigue because he's wearing, or we intend to have him wear heavier armor. With this layout, I think we're going to give in to his 3 stars on resolve and bump him there and bump him. And bump the initiative. And we got perks. He's got pretty high initiative. I think he's going to benefit either from dodge or we'd throw executioner into the mix. I'm going to go with executioner. We got a lot of guys that have crippling strikes. That should give us a buff whenever we deal a crippling strike. For Remar, we're going to up his initiative, stamina, and his range defense because we're going to keep him in the back line for a while. And give him student because we want him to learn. We're going to take a look at Niels. Niels took a permanent injury in a recent battle when he was dragged from the back line by snakes. And so he has a fairly significant hit. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Real life. So Niels took hits to both resolve and initiative, and we probably should try to give him a bit back. It's I guess a little complicated because he's, for every couple points we give him, we're going to lose at least half. His resolve is terrible, and now he's going last generally in our initiative queue. So I think we're going to give him a little bit to try to buff some of that back up. And potentially, if we had a perk that we could give him that buffed on either of those, it might also be valuable just to get him a little bit more viable. Let's see. Reach advantage, overwhelm. Footwork is usually what I would do for an archer at this level so that he can get out of zone of control if he gets into it, which would have saved him probably from the snakes. So that is, I think that still makes sense. I think over time I've tended to pattern my troops with fairly similar perks based on the roles that I want them to fulfill, at least in the early part of their stay with the company. So there's a garrison in that watchtower that are going to more than likely come for us. So we're going to push to the north and see if we can get it so they do not. It's like a town. Jump up on this hill, see if we get any further vision. We do not. It's getting a little too dark for it to balance. Steinberg, which is a small fort, and also sort of a choke point against the mountains here. We'll go up into the corner just to see what might be able to. There's this. Yeah, that's kind of a path through. I'm not sure if it gains us anything. We do know over here there's some roads that are going up to the north, so potentially there's some activity up in here, but we don't really have the provisions or the cash to go hiking through the mountains looking for hopeful stuff. We are still of the mind to mostly be killing easy targets if we can find them. Otherwise, we need to get back to the south, sell some of the goods that we've acquired on this little trip, and be able to purchase some time extension. So there we go. We got a trading caravan. It has a few guards, but I think we should still be more than capable. We're almost out of crowns, so we need to do this. Alright. I'm going to go just basically with a half advance. See what comes of it. We don't really want to get into it with them on a higher ground advantage, so we're going to try to get them to draw out into the middle here by waiting on them. We get our axemen up and ready to deal with that guy's shield. We're going to move our spearmen to the high ground to try to stop them from flanking us on it. And the Niels are our slow-ass archer. We're going to throw an aim shot at this guy just because we have the best chance on him. Can we kill him? I think they're really going to get that close to us. So, Alfgeir has been regularly successful for us as a javelin thrower. We miss with one. The hold position on everybody else. It's a weird little UI bug that happens there. You lose his name in these checkboxes and have to select something to get them to restore. I've only been noticing that since resuming this game on this playthrough. Right. So he doesn't have much in the way of headgear. We're going to move forward and lash at his head, which destroyed his headgear and gave him a crushed windpipe. Move our axeman forward and get a chop on his shield to start to take it apart. He's also got a hand axe. That might be somewhat problematic. We're going to get up so we can contest that guy on the high ground. We can use a shield bash next turn to get him moved off. We're going to bring our swordsman around to basically lock him into place so that they can't concentrate too much on Raban. I'm going to hold on our pikemen so that we can use them once we move. Don't have much worth shooting at, even with an aim shot. So we're going to come around. Actually, we're going to get up on the high ground and see if that pans out anything for us. Take a slash at him. I want to unleash the hound, but there's enough of them that like he could jump in the middle right here, and they might end up killing him rather quickly, and I want him to stick around a little longer. So these guys are all in shield wall. He is not. I want to move. Yeah, went off his shield. Would have been nice if it worked, but it didn't. I'm going to move our spearmen around to prepare to attack. I'm going to move up, and we're going to do we're going to unleash the hound on this guy and hope that he circles around to help with that guy on the hill. Goes after our shield. Move up, see if we get past the shield. We do. We get him in the head. Destroy his helmet. Did he get a wound too? Yeah, pierced cheek. So, do another lash. We're going to miss. Do a hit to the body. Nearly kills him. How do we have a 5% chance to hit him? We're just going to go shield wall ourselves until we can get some assistance. And try to use the javelins to just clear that guy. Take a shot at getting him. That was a double kill. Nice. Bond comes forward. We're going to get a shield split going on him. Take an aim shot from high ground at that caravan guard. No avail. Stab that guy twice. Leapfrog and shield bash. And a hold. That's Rufus, the big old English bulldog barking right now. We got some people working in the house. There's some funny noises occurring. Looks like our dog's going to go eat the mule. Take another couple slashes at his shield. We have quick hands, so we're going to swap into our next stack of javelins. Nice hit with the war fork. Pierces his arm muscles. Continue to advance a little too. It's not a very good chance to hit. Try to gash him. Second hit kills him. We break his morale, and caravan raid completed. Took us a little light on Emmerich and Mutar. We'll see why Emmerich can't really hit anything. Padded leather. Got some nice furs. We did get a little bit of food, and we got a little bit of crowns, which should help us get those furs. That's a nice take here. I think essentially we only have 28 spots left in our inventory. I think here the plan should be to run to the south, because we now have 2 days, a little more of crowns. We have 7 days of provisions. We may run into another caravan cart or two as we go, but that we'll want to try to get in a position where we can cash in. A young child is found drawing in the mud on the path. As you draw near, you realize he's not actually on the path so much as inside a large divot of it where the mud cratered in the shape and size of a sarcophagus. The child is drawing along the inner walls, mostly crude shapes of dogs. My pa says they was Unholds. Unholds came through right this way and to yonder giants of lore, except they was as real as your mother's leaving me for that bastard Burke, who I will kill, he says. That part a lot. Burke's got it coming, so he says. A lot. I think you should stay away from the Unholds, mister. My pa says so I will too, and you should too. By the way, is your name Burke? You shake your head no and wish the child the best. In many regards, you believe what he said was fair enough advice from a kid. Cut across here to the south to avoid. There's a trading, almost unguarded trading caravan, but it's from one of the southern kingdoms. It looks like there is a large party, which is likely a company out of Vistad. We can chase down those peasants and maybe make a few crowns, help us with our travel. Bit sad, but that is the surviving life of a northern raider. Alright, gonna charge forward. Not so much of a charge as a... I suppose, what would that be? A muster? Not sure. So we do have this one guy here with a pickaxe. It could be a little trouble, at least to our armor. Shield wall up a little bit. We also have a pitchfork, which could just ding us up a little bit. but not all that likely. I'm going to circle around behind them. Get in it with their pitchforkmen. Blocked by the bush. We'll wait to move forward. Support the guy in the back if we can. It's going to be sort of a long way around. Decapitate that one. Let the war dogs out. Nice. Double kill by the hound. Let's see if we can just lash him in the head and that ends it. Alright. A little bit more food. Tiny bit of cash. We probably could have left them alone, but we are essentially pirates. Alright, not good. We have one more day's worth of crowns. It's going to get complicated. We also saw some larger than their size footprints, I think, back through these hills. I think our best plan is to try to outrun them to the north. They look like they just got distracted by something. Oh no, not good. Not good. Gotta get back onto the road. We're gonna run out of cash though. It's going to be a challenge. I think we'll just anger some people to begin with. You still make. Oh, that's the large company. Oh, they're coming for us. Oh. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can get through the mountains. Have we just discovered something? Run away, fellas. Oh, those big guys can't cross the mountains as fast as us. Go, 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 go. Alright, we're going to try to make Brunum land. That is the fastest path. There really isn't one. We're going to just try to stick to the good terrain as much as we can. This will be... we should actually make it. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to make it. We're going to pay out cash. We'll have 50 crowns left. But we'll have another day. We should be able to make that in a day. There were a lot of troops coming after us. They're not very happy with our interaction with their common folk. Still going to be tight on timing a little. But we do have all night. Just slowed down greatly on the crags at night. Pick up a little speed in this open terrain. Try to stay out of the forest. Looks like there might be a pathway through here. Alright, we want to come out on the right side of these mountains. I'm going to get down to the road. The worst thing that we could have right now is to run into... Oh, it's going to be close. I don't think we're going to make it. The worst thing that we could have right now is to run into like a company or a band of mercenaries that have been sent out to find us. Alright, hopefully we don't lose anybody. Oh, it was close. We're now negative 84. So did we just take a big morale hit? Interesting. Not yet. Did not get paid. Yeah, so it hurt our morale, but it had to be done. So luckily these guys don't have any like D-bus, ambush trade mount routes and the like. And they're going to give us good money for the furs. That is appreciated. We're carrying around this stuff that really hasn't served us in terms of cash. Let's see what else. We're not going to hit anybody with antlers. We're not going to use sticks or clubs or low-level hatchets or low-level gear. Padded leather is possible, or bucklers, or militia spears, or pitchforks. They'll give us good cash for our figurines. I'm not going to use that short sword. That turned out to be kind of successful. And they got good prices on ammo, which we could likely take. And they have decent prices on tools. Ooh, we can get a hunting bow for $463. I'm a little leery. There were 3 contracts here. I don't think we have any injuries to worry about. I don't know if we have anybody new. There's another little bug there. When you go in the barber, it doesn't show your face tattoos after you've applied them. Emmerich doesn't have tattoos, which are required for your participation in the Band of the Faceless, as does Avlar. So you can tell the new guys. Oh shoot, I wasn't accepting those. This guy kind of has weird hair too. We make the 2 guys, yeah, we didn't make it look exciting. He has like a, what do you call it? Like a Danish doughboy haircut or something. Alright. Enough worrying about their presentation. Well, the neck guard would be a nice little buff for somebody. Alright, let's take a look at our guys. We do have a bump on Ortwin the Conscript. We're going to bump his stamina. Bump his health and his initiative. We're going to give him crippling. How do we still have a short sword to sell? I'm not going to pass up that 97 bucks on ammo. It's like the best price I've seen all game. That's a lot of hours of game so far. It's tempting to go for the hunting bow too, but our archer is a little bit gimped. And I'm not sure. Let's see what these contracts are and kind of make some decisions on what we are going to do next and base our purchases on that. As you enter Willibald the merchant's room, he and one of his servants are nailing a box shut. Good seeing you, Sellsword. One moment, please. No, idiot. Hold the nail that way. I know I hit your thumb before, but I won't do it again. His servant reluctantly holds a nail while the man hammers it home. Finished, he wipes the sweat off his brow and looks to you. I need this here crate delivered to Hakim al-Ramal in about 3 days southeast by road. It's going to Nasser al-Fad, the Visor of War. You know him. All right, maybe you don't know him. What I do know is that this may not ordinarily be your line of work, but I'm willing to pay some serious crowns for you to see it through. That's your real business, right? Earning some crowns? How many are we talking about? I'm going to give you 170 up front and 670 when it's done. You need to be paid more. 180 up front, well, 740 when it's done. We're going to take that, and that's mainly because we know there's a shortcut. And with a little cash up front, I'm going to eval some of our weapons here. We got some pretty good kit. I was thinking about getting this hand axe into the mix because it's helpful to spread the wealth as far as being able to remove some shields from the mix. We also have, we're going to throw Remar into that padded armor. We don't really need those crude javelins either. Okay. So we have 3 days of food. We know where we're going is about a day away. So we are going to take the hunting bow, and we're going to take tools and supplies so that we can fix everything up. We're going to get Niels running the hunting bow. It's possible that there would be a good argument for putting Alfgeir on arrows, but he's just killed so many dang people. 29 kills, or no, 29 kills. He has the most kills in the company. I don't think you fix what isn't broken in that regard. We will sell off the less well-repaired short bow. We're going to hold on to everything else for now. Got to move on south. So that did work out for us. It's a large band of brigands. I think if we back off, they're going to attack the trading caravan. And we should be able to shoot right by. So it's kind of interesting. I actually like to see them die, take their gear, and kill these brigands. And there's a brigand leader. That represents some good gear overall, or at least a possibility for so. So we're in good repair. Everybody's well armed. I was thinking about, I don't really have that many ranged guys that are all that good that would benefit from having thrown axes on the front. going to stick with our kit right now, but we're going to jump into the mix here. The peasants decided to join. Thanks, fellas. All right, we're going to start to move forward. See what's going on. He's got a long axe. Oh, I want your stuff. We are coming for all of your stuffs. That mercenary's got some nice armor. And not that we are the backstabbing type, but, you know, pirates, raiders. We got a nice hit on him. Ooh, Alvar takes a bad hit from there. So, can't get to the high ground. We're going to approach out of axe range. He's going to probably take that high ground. There's that brigand raider. Move forward too. We don't get a hit on him. We're trying to basically take advantage of the distraction that the others are providing us to get ourselves into position to hopefully be as damaging as possible. That's helping. I try to dislodge him from that. Nice. Well done. So that mercenary is mildly hardcore. We're going to try to get rid of him. That guy is tearing us up. I'm going to move him in and use him for a shield bash. Still misses. He misses our guy. Going to join in here. Get a hit on him. This could still be bad for us. Can we take the high ground? Move in. Try to stab. Get down in behind these guys. Get in and unleash our hound in the mix. That should hopefully give us a little protection from the crossbowmen. Trying to get an arrow in here, see if we get any collateral. Ooh, nice hit, almost killed him. So Alvar took a pretty bad crossbow bolt. He's pierced in the side. He's injured overall. We're going to circle him down to try to stay somewhat out of the line of fire and maybe get down on this guy and help him. Dog kills the long axeman. That was kind of key. Can pretty much only get further into the mix, so we're going to jump in. Those two staying engaged. He goes after Emmerich. I'm just going to try to gash this guy. Misses it. Gash him again. A 50% chance for that throw. It'll take it. Plus we do heavier hitting from longer distance. Miss with our second. Move in. Get a chop on the raider. Hit him with a Warfork. His armor is now done. He's breaking. We pierce his leg muscles. I'm going to stay in position because we're kind of guarded a little bit from him throwing axes by the people in between. He's going after the crossbowman. Let's see if we can either try to get a finish on either of these guys. He's more wounded. We're more engaged. He deals more damage. We're going to go after him. Let me move up one and try to throw an arrow into him. Didn't happen. Can get off the high ground and finish him with a spear. We're going to circle around behind the archer. Things look to be going well. I kind of want him to die, just because we want a shot of his stuff, which I assume we would get, but so far, so not so lucky. This could be bad for Alvar. He's kind of beat up. This guy's got a war pick. I'm going to lash his head. We're going to circle around behind. Jump in and start taking out his shield. Move down, get a slash at him. He's got a nice mail coat. We're going to hold on and see if we can get a better path. %, and he's got a Warhammer. I think Alvar is Garud. 43% chance of an aim shot. Goes off his shield. Get around behind him. And surround him. Making an approach for hopefully. I think in this case we're gonna shield wall. We don't have enough fatigue to unleash the dog, which would have been to try to draw some attention. Maybe the peasant will draw some attention. Nope. Alright. We have experienced death in the Band of the Faceless before. We will experience death again. Chop him down his armor. Crossman finishes it, gives him stab guts. They're now surrounded. But it would be nice to get our axemen into the mix so that we can attack those shields. Warfork over the top. Goes off his shield. Take the shield. This with a slash. Too much potential for collateral. Ooh, that Warhammer's bad. Emmerich is going to move in behind, finish the surrounding. Warhammer misses the leader. Going to try to gash him twice. Another debuff if we can. Which we got a split shoulder. Dog finishes him. Nice. Oh, thanks, man. Alright, Alvar did not make it through the battle. He had been with the company for 13 days. 10 battles and 3 kills. I think Alvar was the noble that we took on. But we'll have to see. They better give us a good share of the loot, though, for our guy. We get a long axe. Nice. We get both long axes. And a crossbow. And the warhammer. Alright. We did okay. And a military pick. No great armor. Arming sword. We'll call that a success. And let's see. Close ranks. And evaluate what we got here. Bond is running. Yep. Exactly, Donathi. Bethany? Bethany sounds better, right? I think I got that right. That wasn't really bad. I mean, we picked up some good gear. We did lose one of our guys. I think that guy was the disowned noble that we had in the front. He had only been with us a little bit. Yeah, he was expensive, but it's going to work out. We did pick up Emmerich the Bull, got a crushed finger out of the mix. Not entirely unhappy with the result. So, we should probably get this Rusty Mile Coif. Whoops. What did I do there? I put a Rusty Male Coif on a guy with a Rusty Male Coif. We're going to throw it on Remar on the outside. We got 110 and 7. Let's run in 50. Those both take 2 and 5, 77. I think you can take the heavier. No, they're both the same. So he's a little bit newer. So you gotta sometimes lean towards the seniority angle on this. We're actually going to end up with a Southern Helmet on the outside. And that Warhammer, that is pretty interesting as an alternative way to bash armor. It's got 8 fatigue on it. That's a good point. It's true. I was more worried about dying. And I think it ended up being that their crossbow guy was ripping their armor up pretty good. So it took a pierce to arm muscle. But good point. I think we're going to move him up to the arming sword instead of the scimitar. It does a little more damage against armor. Now we have these military picks and hammers. I don't think either of these guys have. He does. He has the axe perk, so I think we're going to keep him on axe. I think we're going to move our Warfork guys up to long axes. Yeah, that's kind of a for certain. Let's level them up at the same time. We're going to hit them with health, initiative, and get range defense. Give them crippling strikes. That is Rufus the Bulldog protesting crippling strikes, if that's coming through on the mic. Give him initiative and ranged. We're going to give him a polearm buff. Oh, this axe actually counts as an axe. So we're going to give him axe mastery. Perhaps that ends him up on the front line. I think I want to get. He has the axe mastery. He does not. melee and range skill are rocked because of that pierced arm. Could give him the Warhammer. It's not going to do him any good right this moment until he heals, though. He's also got a slighter debuff. So in our middle line, I'm going to throw the Warhammer into the mix. I think we're going to drop the military pick. Yeah, I think we're going to leave the military pick alone. So be able to bash some shields. And we have the one extra large shield we're going to drop onto Mutar. So we have played musical armor. Dropping the crossbow on Alfgeir is also a possible thing. Alright, so that is... What I really wanted to do is have all of their stuff, which would have been nicer. We're going to go run the coast here because we're going to look for what we hadn't found previously, which is a way across this water, because it would be useful for us to have another route to the south. When you bring in thugs and a poacher. I don't see that we're going to find a way across. So we're going to head back up to Hatland. We're going to sell some of that stuff that we just grabbed and potentially toss some more food on top. We have a fair bit of food, but I think some of it may rot. But I had 9 a.m. and cold December Colorado mountain weather right now, and I'm going to need to I think drop off here and maybe resume a little later. Probably stream some this weekend too. But right now I need to kind of have some availability for work. So if you're watching now, thanks for watching. Appreciate the follows. If you don't, if you find it at all interesting, we're going to keep pushing this Iron Man playthrough of these Northern Raiders forward to see how much we can survive and potentially go back raiding in the north. It's all about just kind of getting as much content or as much that was funny, somebody just messaged me, that's where content came from. Get as much survival and people. You need to get up to 12 total. We're trying to also continue to build the experience of our guys and maintain against losses like we just had of one of our frontliners with growing experience on the rest of them while we do it. That said, we're going to cut it off here. So thanks for watching. If you're watching now, we're also posting these to YouTube, so they'll eventually all be up there as well. Have a good day.